Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Indeed. I would just like to say hello to our new subscribers and thank you to everybody who already has and to everybody else that's watching, spending the time, taking the time out of your life to entertain your visual cortexes and ears. I can't remember the posh word for ear thing, so I'm going to stop at ears.
I think you might have swallowed a thesaurus.
A triceratops? What? That's a dinosaur.
No, a thesaurus.
You said a theosaurus.
No, I didn't.
It's a dinosaur called Theo.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so positivity.
Yes, in
What's
the
happening?
chen.
In the chen.
Yeah, the
The
kitchen.
chen.
Finally, we're on it. We're finally on the kitchen
Yes.
properly. So, that's about it really. That's all we've got to say apart from Dover's up to no good.
He's doing really well though, absolutely no problem since his operation.
Yes.
He finished his antibiotics, all no problem, and he's had no problems afterwards. He's just licked your hand and it's disgusting.
I know, he just had a drink and it's sort of like all dribbled all over my hand. Oh, you gross dog.
Okay, so guys, if you enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up. We would appreciate it.
Yes.
Any comments are always welcome.
Yes.
If you aren't already subscribed, consider subscribing below.
Yes.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Indeed.
Bye for now.
Toodly pipski. Okay. The final piece of the puzzle's arrived. Kitchen sink. Never thought I'd get excited over a delivery of a kitchen sink. Well, there you go. Haven't opened it. Haven't checked it. I'll do that when Lillian gets home. Hopefully she'll be bringing a couple of fittings that I need. So I can get the plumbing finished there for the waste pipe. We asked the plumber not to fit it before because we wanted to render this wall and get it all done. So now that's all done. And we also wanted to make sure we had the cabinet in exactly the right place. So it's a 10-minute job to do. It's not hard. I've done it. In the past, I did it for my big aquarium. That's all hard plumbed with solvent joints. So it's not difficult. Once that's all done, we'll get the necessary bits cut out the back of the cabinet. So we've got the room for the pipe. And that's that. Then that cabinet can be put in place and attached to the wall. After making sure we've got the heights correct. And then it is Operation Kitchen Cabinet time. Okay, so Lillian came back with the correct fittings. So I've just done a loose, quick fit to make sure they're all the right length, which they are the length that we want. So actually that's upside down. So when you're using this stuff, always you use just a push fit for now. And once you get it all lined up, then you put a felt tip marker on, or a mark, what you can see, to these exact positions of all the elbows, so you know that they're right. So when you strip it down and you put the adhesive, the solvent in, it works. So this one's actually back to front at the moment. But so the idea is, oh no it's not, my brain's back to front. So this will go on here, like this, and as I say, it's just a push fit at the moment, and then you line it up to where you want it. We'll get a brace for this, and that's its position. Its approximate position, obviously it needs to be rotated. And then I'll put this cabinet up, and then put marks best I can in the back here so that I can cut out. Do you know what? Sometimes I even impress myself. I actually just caught the pipe as I put it back in so it's not exactly square. It just needs to come around a little bit back that way. There you go. So it's not touching. That's good. I could have done with going a little bit lower, but That's not a problem. So that is awesome. Now to repeat again for the water pipes. Right, so I've done my marks. I've done it out. And it's only hardboard, so I'm going to use this craft knife now to cut. Hopefully I won't mess it up, but if I do, it is what it is. So I'm going to use this old float as a straight edge, because the only other straight edge we've got is the spirit level. I don't want to damage that with the knife. Right, let's see how I get on.
Oh, that's not budget at all. That's really neat.
Yes.
Well done. Why do you say you're not having a good day?
Me?
Yeah.
Because, well, if you look, the hole's a bit lopsided on the left one.
Oh, come on. Who's going to open the kitchen cupboard door and look at the pipework? And if they do, they can go away. They're not welcome.
Well, you will do when you're having a bad day.
I'll open the cupboard door. Look what you did to my kitchen cupboard.
Yes.
No, that's awesome.
Right. So I've marked all the fittings in their exact position where they need to be going back. So now it's just a case of stripping it down again, taking them off, giving it a clean, and then using the solvent. Everything's clean. And I've laid everything back out in the order it's to go into, so I get it the right way around. And it's literally just a case of using this product here, this stuff, and you put it on the inside of the pipe fitting and on the outside of the pipe fitting, and you put them together and you slowly rotate them, and then you stop at this final position and then hold it there, because what happens is the liquid solvent tends to try and push the pipes apart a little bit. And there you go, it's done. Just need to leave it to cure now for a little while. It doesn't take long. And then I'll get a strap put on to support it so it doesn't move. Even though it's only a short run, it's quite solid, but obviously it needs to be strapped into place. And on a health and safety note, if you're using this stuff, make sure it's in a well ventilated area. Yeah, I forgot to open the window and I was working really close to it. It kind of gets you a little bit floppy headed. Yeah, it's iffy stuff. Yes, there it is, all done, all exactly where it's supposed to be. Forgive my not cutting the original hole quite exact, but that's it, it's done. Right, that took some doing. Trying to work out how to square the cabinets against this not square wall. So this is as far as I've got. I actually used the kickboard I'm going to use, knowing that it's definitely square, because it's a PVC one, silver as well. It's going to look nice. So I made sure this cabinet was as square to this wall as it possibly could go, and used that as the starting point. So these are all perfectly in line now, up to this cabinet. I now need to make sure they're perfectly level. And then once I've done that, then I need to attach the cabinets to the wall. I'm now going to level them. And I've already levelled this one with a spirit level and checked it. Now I need to carry on. Now I'm using a combination of the spirit level and the laser. They're not far out, but they are out enough. So I now need to work my way along and see where we go. Okay, so it's taken me about an hour to get them level, front and back, and it's a bit difficult because when I was adjusting, they kind of moved a little because this floor's all featured, so to speak. But I think I've got it back right again. The laser line does seem to kiss the top corner of the cupboard all the way along. When I rotate it, it's a bit bright in the sun, so you might not see it. It's still at exactly the same point. So I'm very happy, very relieved. Hello, home at work person. Thank you very much for giving me a lifty hand.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Come home from work to do more work. Look though. Look. Look what it's going to look like.
Yes.
Looks bigger.
Yes, it does. It does. So once we've double checked these cabinets for exact position, sort of like front to back.
Yes. We'll measure the distance here from the front of the worktop to each one. Make sure it's the same, and we'll deal with whatever at the back afterwards.
That's right.
This needs something doing with it, which we always knew was going to be a future thing anyway.
Yeah, she was talking about tiles, wasn't you? Getting like a bull-nosed tile or something like that. I think that would look quite nice, actually.
Yeah, I've just got to see what's out there. I couldn't visualise it until I saw this on to see how much we were going to end up with.
That's it.
But that's going to be all right.
Yes. So once we know the cabinets are in line across the depth of the worktop, then I'll get the drill out.
Yes.
And I'll start drilling some holes in the worktop to try and attach it.
Don't go
down
that way. Don't go that way.
Oh.
You said just drill some holes to attach the worktop. No.
Oh.
That way.
Oh.
Units have been lined up as to where they're going to be. That's what the kickboard is going to look like. It's silver. Template has been taped up onto the worktop as where we're going to cut for it. It's offset that way a wee bit because the bowl is about that size, and then it's got drainage. It's got off its draining board. We also want to go into this cupboard because this space is for a dishwasher.
Yes.
So that's why that's slightly offset like that.
Yep. Next, I'm going to join the cabinets together.
Yep.
Using these. There is some old in this bag somewhere. I don't know where I put it here, but I've done that now and they're all going to go everywhere.
Yes.
So, there you go. Just screwing together.
That's gone in, eaten into the chipboard on one side, and then the screw goes on the other side.
That was relatively painless, that.
Yeah.
At least for me. For those two. Got to do the other two now.
I know.
Which might not be painless for me.
Why?
Because it's little airy.
And I'm definitely not left-handed. I know the best people are, but I'm not.
Right, all done. Brackets are done. They're all fitted. The units are now nice and stable. So I've done 2 for that one for that one, 2 for that one, and 1 for that one. I couldn't do an extra one for that one where I wanted to because of just where electric cables are and how far away from the wall it was. I wouldn't have had a good enough purchase on the cabinet itself. So that's that. Anyway, I've rocked all the cabinets by hand and they don't move, which is brilliant. So the stage you're at now is I'm waiting for Lillian to come home from work. She's been to a local ferreteria, local to where she works. to get some screws for attaching the worktop, because I'm going up through the bottom and screwing directly into the worktop as opposed to using brackets or them plastic blocks. So she went to the photo and requested the screws, because this is just how it works there. I explained what she wanted, and in addition explained that she wanted a shank on the screws, so that when we drill up through the unit you can pull the worktop down. And obviously if you have a full length screw thread, you just screw in, and then once the screw hits the end it doesn't do anymore, it doesn't pull down. So obviously you don't want the screw to bite the thing I'm not explaining it particularly well, but you don't want the screw to bite until it's pulled the worktop down. Guy had never heard of them, didn't know what those for, or seemed not to. So Lillian explained, and he just said, "Oh, just make a bigger hole. That's what we do here." And it's like, wow, okay. Surely, if you're selling wood screws, where you're attaching two pieces of wood together, you would know that you would need a shank. But, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things, I guess. Anyway, while I'm waiting for Lillian to come home from work, I'm going to get the last base cabinet built. So I've got it here. I don't have the room there anymore with us moving everything about. So I'll lay cardboard down a bit more so that sticky stuff doesn't get on the tiles. I'll get this base cabinet built and get that in place. And about to build the last cabinet, getting everything out to make sure everything's okay. And it would seem that the box had been opened before. Lillian questioned it, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's fine. We'll everything's in there." So she asked them to open it again and recheck, and yes, the bag of parts was there and the feet were there. What wasn't noticed, which is why I'm presuming that the box had been opened, and maybe it had been a return or something, I don't know. We have actually had this before at this particular store, is that damage to this corner. Now, strangely, there's no damage to anything else, only to that corner of that door. It's a mystery, says I. I'm not one for conspiracy theories. However, an opened box, been retaped, contains everything in good order, except for one door front that's got that damage. Unfortunately, as the last one they had in stock, it's going back. I will rejig the box back together somehow and she can return it and they can replace it. Hopefully they'll have another one in stock by now. Right, that's that cupboard all packaged up, ready to go back. Lillian spoke to the company yesterday and they said bring everything back. We explained that we'd opened the box and it was a bit destroyed, and they said it doesn't matter. She did actually request that she just came in with the door and they replaced the door, but they refused that request. Bit of a silly thing, but there you go. So, we did a test fit of this system in here, which is our reverse osmosis system. Ultimately, it'll end up in there. The only downside is that the storage bottle for the water is too big to go into this cupboard once the rest of the filtration system's installed. So we've decided that's where it's going to live, which is actually fortunate because the tap is going to be more or less above it anyway. Now the wastewater, instead of it going down through the normal waste pipe, we're going to store that, or collect it in a 25 litre tub. And the reason for that is that we can then use it on the land to do some irrigation for the trees. Ultimately, we'll end up with an IBC and then just do some pipe work to the IBC, so every bit of wastewater that comes from the system of filtration can go into the IBC, and then it can go into the land for irrigation of the trees. So, with that in mind, I shall now set to and attach this cabinet worktop.